What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the release. I sound like I'm dead, bro. Fam, everyone around me is getting sick right now. I don't know why, but it's not COVID, so we good. The ick is no longer with us, so we're chilling.
All right.
But
Yeah.
today's topic, we are finishing off the count of our top 20. We are listing off our players five to number one. But before that, we have a couple of hot topics. Number one, LeBron James has officially become the player with the most points of all time.
Congrats to him, man.
Congrats to
That
him.
happened in like a couple of weeks, obviously, but
Yeah, of course.
yeah.
It's
There's
just
this
like,
one person, bro, who cause on Snap I posted a story about him breaking the record, and some person's like, man, he not better than LeBron. He not better than MJ though. I'm like, I didn't mention MJ. I hate people, bro. I hate people, bro.
yeah, bro.
Didn't
MJ
mention
haters,
MJ.
bro. I mean, I'm sorry, LeBron haters do anything just to discredit him. But then,
Yo,
like,
that's
LeBron
crazy.
lovers do everything to credit him. It's nuts.
Yeah, the extremes are crazy, but like,
LeBron
I didn't even
sexuals.
bring up MJ, and this guy's old man. He not better than MJ. Never said that. So whatever. But
Hey, bro. Is that the All-Star game happened? The skills competition was horrific.
can I say something? The entire All Star weekend was trash. I'm gonna put that out
I didn't
there. There
watch
is
it,
no
so I
way,
don't. I don't know.
bro. There is no way where the celebrity game should be the best thing all weekend. I am
Bro,
sorry, bro.
the Miz
I'm
hit a half-court shot, bro.
I'm sorry. There is no
Didn't
way
let
you're
that
telling
count.
me. There's no way you're telling me. Again, the All Star game just wasn't that good. The dunk competition, outside of McClung, there was no competition at all. He just dominated. It wasn't even close.
Hey, no,
Skills
no, it was fun to
competition.
watch though. It was fun to
It was
watch.
fun to watch him, but everybody else, y'all could go, bro.
I like Trey
Like,
Murphy.
I know, but like, come on. That was the most one of the most anticlimactic things I've ever seen. You knew he
Okay,
was gonna
yes,
win.
true, 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 true.
Like great dunk competitions, there's usually competition. 3 point
Yeah.
competition, the finals was bad. The skills competition, man, that was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life. And the All Star game, no defense being played at all. So
That's okay. It's been a while since we've had an All-Star game where they were just chill, so I can appreciate that.
yeah, but just in general, to me, just a very just a mid All Star week.
Yeah. My uncle, Josh, he said that they should completely wipe the Saturday, so no skill competitions whatsoever, and just replace it with like a 1v1 tournament.
Hey, if they do that, yeah, I agree.
But he said they'd never do it. Players would never agree to it because they won't hear the end of it until the next All-Star break.
Well, even if they
Facts.
did, I don't think they'd give any effort anyway.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
they don't like to try and things, so
Yeah.
they're
And
all
then
for it.
Lowry Markkinen was selected last.
Yeah, he's like
Eh.
the worst player there. I mean, no mind. Jerome Jackson Jr. is
Yeah,
worst.
why was he there? Why was
I
Jaron
don't know,
Jackson
man.
Jr. there? There's so many other
So he
candidates.
gets a lot of blocks or something.
Now
No,
his defense is insane though. I have him on fantasy. Hey, that boy gives me
oh,
like 35 fantasy points like in 25 minutes because he's always
it.
fouling out.
Oh, speaking of fantasy, I need to start my players because my goodness, I didn't start my players last week and I got duppied, bro. Oh, okay, we're good. We're good.
All right.
Players are started. So let's get into today's topic. But before that, actually, one more thing. Quick shameless plug. I have a shoe cleaning business. All right, Ramos Restoration. I'm a plug it in the comment section. All right, you all know it. I post it there. If you guys have dirty shoes, just send them my way, and I'll clean them. Okay. Base price is $20, and it raises depending on like the complete horrendousness of your shoe. Okay, but here's the thing. There's currently a sale. I sell crease guards and sneaker balls. The sneaker balls are the things that you put in your shoes to make your shoes smell nice. So you get those half off with every shoe cleaning you get. So, quick sale, shameless plug. Purchase a quick 1-2 shoe cleaning. I do good on it. I have people that will back that up for me. But today's topic, listing players 5 to 1 of all time. Grant, you can go first. Just list your 5 to 1, and then we'll explain later.
I can go first. All right. So at number 5, I got Larry Bird. At number 4, I have Magic Johnson.
Wait a second. Wait. Actually, no, don't wait a second. Go. What the hell?
At number 3, I have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. At number 2, I still have LeBron James. And at number 1, I have Michael Jordan.
Okay. All right, so number 5, I have Tim Duncan, the magical person at number 4 that people are asking about, Wilt Chamberlain, number 3, Kareem, number 2, LeBron, number 1, Michael Jordan.
Amen. My top 5 has been unchanged for years, and it will remain unchanged because, listen, bro, I think these are the 5 who ever do it. Number 5, I got Magic Johnson. Number 4, I got Tim Duncan. 3, I got Kareem. 2, I got LeBron. Number 1, I got MJ. So, Grant, let's start off with this blasphemous take of saying
What are you
that
talking about?
Larry Bird is 5th
What are you
overall.
talking
Let's hear.
about?
I want to hear this. I want to hear
I
this.
don't think it's blasphemous.
Okay, so
that's a
I'm
strong
trying to stir up
word.
some controversy, broski.
For the viewers
Alright.
at home that are that have been keeping up with the series, you'll know that I have Larry Bird ranked higher than anybody else, and you also may know that my skin complexion is different from everybody else's as well. But I promise you that has nothing to do with this. In
Greatest
terms of
way to ever
just-
do it.
Exactly. In terms of what Larry Bird, he has one thing drastically going against him, and that's that he only played 13 years. But in those 13 years, he's a 12-time All-Star, 3-time champ, 3-time MVP, 3 straight years, 10-time All-NBA, 2-time Finals MVP, 3-time All-Defense, and he made he won the Rookie of the Year too. So yeah, the longevity factor doesn't really help him at all. Really, actually hurts him more than anything. But there are only 8 guys in NBA history that have won 3 MVPs or more, and Larry Bird did that in 3 straight years, and that's so impressive to me. And also, for the 13 years that he was playing, he was one of the best players in the league, and he went and hit the battles between the Celtics and the Lakers were some of the highlights for the NBA in the all-time in the NBA. But I mean I wasn't alive to experience it, and I wish I was. But even though his longevity isn't the greatest, when it comes to who was the best at their best, I don't think there's not many better than Larry Bird, and that's probably why I have him in my top 5. Just at his peak, he was unbelievable. He was unbelievable. Yeah.
All right.
You made a solid case. You know what? You made.
I
a solid
agree with
case.
that peak point, because there's not a lot of people touching Bird at his prime. Like, a lot of y'all don't know, man. Magic was better than Bird at one point, man. Until he got those back problems, man. Walking the league, he was better than better than Magic when he started. So yeah, peak Bird is nice for sure. My number 5 is Tim Duncan. I know David's favorite player, so I'm gonna let him cook on this topic. But just to give some of the stuff, man. 15-time All-Star, 15-time All-NBA, 15-time All-Defense. My God, 5 rings, 3 Finals MVPs. Wait, no, 3 Finals MVPs, 2 MVPs, and 9 top 5 MVP finishes. His first 10 years were his best years. Essentially, 22 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2.5 blocks. One of the greatest playoff performers ever. Amazing longevity. Yeah, I mean, he just top 5. Also, his 2-way dominance is crazy as well.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. My number 5, I have. Thank you also for saving Tim Duncan for me to let me cook, because that's my guy. That's my favorite player of all time.
Yeah.
Number 5, I have the Magic Irving Johnson. All right, so he's a 5-time champion, 3 times Finals MVP. Won it as a rookie, little controversial, but still rookie nonetheless. 3-time MVP, 12-time NBA All-Star, 9-time All-NBA first team, 1-time All-NBA second team, 4-time assist leader, 2-time steals leader, plus he's the greatest point guard to ever do it, ever. Now, you might be saying, y'all both got him high, y'all both got him at number 4, and I don't know.
Wait, no, Grant had him.
Jordan had him at
yeah,
7
no,
or
you
something.
had him at 7. Sorry,
Yes.
I keep forgetting that you have Wilt at 4. Yeah, Grant has him at number 4. So why is he not greater than Tim Duncan? And for me, although he was an above average defender, I'm not saying he was a bad defender. He was above average. However, it was just a little inconsistent in that spot. and he didn't play all 5 positions like everyone said. Okay, you know, like when you look back at the games, bro went from like shooting guard to I'll give him small forward, right? But like he was primarily point guard, shooting guard. He was like Ben Simmons wants to be. Okay, so
He
Mhm.
played center like one game.
one literal game, bro. Was
No.
like, you know what? I'm gonna just go on there and I'm gonna play center, and he got duppied. Okay, so
Also with the Magic and Duncan comparison, right? They
yeah.
both peaked similarly. They're on some peak wise, they're both on a similar tier. But to me, the longevities where Duncan just clears him, right?
Yeah,
So I mean,
Yeah. I wasn't gonna bring longevity into it because I don't
yeah,
think
I know,
that's
I
like
know.
fair.
Again, I'm not saying it's fair, but it happened.
But yeah,
And it's sad that it happened. Because,
it's sad that it happened. But yeah, no, the longevity, Tim Duncan's nuts, and that's another reason why I have to put him up there, even though it might be a little unfair. Like, you know, this guy was doing what he's doing consistently when he was 3,000 years old, right? So it's, you know, however, Magic Johnson did have Magic Johnson did have an incredible career in the 12, 13-year career that he did have.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's
I mean,
why
he could have been the GOAT if he stayed a couple of more years.
if he really
They'd
did.
if he won some championships, especially after Kareem,
Yeah, bro.
we'd be having a different conversation.
Y'all remember what Charlemagne said about Magic Johnson? It was that
Yeah,
dirty
it
girls from
wasn't for
Sacramento,
Magic.
bro. Hey, let's move on to our 4th of all time. So, Grant, I know you got Magic Johnson. Let's hear it.
Yeah. So, you know, David already cooked on Magic Johnson. So, yeah, just in terms of, you know, he revolutionized the game kind of similarly to a Steph Curry, not like to the extent of what he did, but he was the first like super tall guy to be like, yeah, he can play point guard and you know, truly have positional versatility, even though like he could have had positional versatility, but he was just so good as a point guard that they just kept him there. And again, like Larry Bird, longevity doesn't really do him any favors. He only played 13 years, but yeah, in those 13 years, he won 5 rings. He had 3 Finals MVPs, the one as a rookie, even though, you know, maybe he shouldn't have won it. And he had 3 MVPs, 10-time All-NBA, and probably, in my opinion, the greatest playmaker and greatest passer of all time.
That's a fact.
Just watching, like, when I started, like, I'd never watched him play, and when you first invited me on this episode, I knew I had him really high, but didn't really know why. And I hadn't watched any highlights, so I looked up Magic Johnson highlights, and it's just he was just incredible with the ball. He was magic, for lack of a better word. And the one thing that I see a lot of people knock Magic on is his ability to score. You know, he only averaged above 20 points 4 times. He never really led the league in scoring because that wasn't really his role. But it reminds me of one game in his rookie season in the finals. Kareem went down, and they put the ball in Magic's hands, and then it was game 6, and he scored 42 points, and they won. And that's probably why,
as a rookie,
that's probably why they gave him MVP, because Kareem didn't play. But yeah, just maybe there's a little bit of bias on this one because I love him so much, and also he's a Michigan State alum. But you know, in terms of in terms of on court, like just watching him play and seeing what he did and all the stuff that he was able to accomplish in such a short amount of time is why I have him at number 4.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Magic is a underrated scorer for sure. I think I said that in my
in
the section where I had him at 7. The idea that Magic couldn't score is a myth. When he's asked to score, he did it pretty high, right? Because point guards score. I just want to put that out there. Not everybody could be that point guard in Utah who averaged like 13 points for their entire career. Have the benefit of playing with the 3rd all-time scorer. But hey, if you know who it is, it's John Stockton I'm talking about. But number 4,
I'm interested in this. I want to hear this.
All right, so
I had him.
You guys already went through the accolades. One of the biggest reasons why I have him here, he's one of the most first in terms of his ability to adapt to different roles. Is something I don't think he gets enough credit for. Each time he went to a different team, he played an entirely different style of play. First time, he was a complete scorer, essentially. And the second time, he became like this point center. And then after in LA, even at his worst states, he was like the best defender in the league and would have won DPOY if the award had existed earlier. as I said, it's his versatility, his scoring. Not only was he the best scorer for his time, he was also the most efficient scorer, which is pretty impressive. Imagine being able to average like 38 points. Imagine leading the league in scoring while being the most efficient player. I don't think that's ever rarely happened.
Yeah.
Also, one of the best big men playmakers ever. And a thing that doesn't get talked about is his defense. Because of all of his scoring records, like he's one of the most impactful defenders of all time. And yeah, particularly again in those LA years where he was able to lead the charge defensively. Again, to me, his peak was awesome. He had in his first championship run for the playoff for that entire run, he averaged 22 points, 29 rebounds, and 9 assists. And that's damn near almost a 20 triple double for an entire playoff run. Also, I mean, imagine the amount of blocks he would have had if they counted it. He has a rebounding record that will be it's untouchable, over 23,000 rebounds. I don't think anybody's touching that. That's been insane. 10 top 5 MVP finishes for only playing like 13, 14 years, and one of those years were injuries. So there was no really drop off with him, unlike a lot of players. Like, for example, as much as, Tim Duncan, awesome. The thing with Tim Duncan, for example, like after 2007, there was a noticeable drop, especially in like regular season performance, even though he picked it up in the playoffs. So for me,
I'd call it more of a plateau than a drop.
Sorry, plateau. Essentially, he kind of rested for the regular season, but then in the playoffs, he picked it back up. So for me, both ends, he could do everything for Will. Able to dominate on, able to fit any role. His accolades back it up. I think his peak backs it up as being one of the greatest scorers and defenders and rebounders ever. And yeah, the longevity, and also has a pretty good longevity for playing in the 60s. Him and Russell, they don't get enough credit for that. Being able to play 10 plus MVP years in the 60s is pretty impressive, seeming with the fact that medical technology really wasn't there. So yeah, so that's the reason why I have that high.
That's valid. All right, my number 4 from Wake Forest University, born April 25th, 1976 in St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands, Timothy Theodore Duncan, okay? Listen, the greatest San Antonio Spur to ever do it, all right? Incredible longevity, carried the Spurs to, I'm going to say carried them to 2 of the championships because he did have some help in 05 and 07, but I'd like to think that he had the majority of the part to play in the 99 and 03 championship runs.
Definitely the 03. My God.
Yeah.
That team wasn't good enough.
That 2003 finals appearance from Tim Duncan was one of the greatest finals appearances we've ever seen. And I personally don't believe we saw anything like that until LeBron with the Cavs.
Also, add another player to add, D Wade's performance against the Mavs is another one.
True.
Yeah, but
that was a good one. Yeah. But just, 5-time MVP, not MVP, sorry, 5-time champion, 3-time finals MVP, 2-time MVP, 15-time All-Star, 10-time NBA first team, 3-time, second team, 2-time, third team, 8 NBA all-defensive first teams, 7 defensive second teams, rookie of the year, rookie first team. He was he was everything that a two-way player wanted to be. He was the two-way player for his time. And people, oh yeah, he's slow, he's boring. Like, who cares? He still got that job done. Like, no one to see a guy that plays like Tim Duncan, that plays not sloppy, but is super slow and able to make a fast-paced game his pace and play friggin' 10 seconds before he gets the ball up the court is different, right? So he was able to do all that, play at his own pace, and then say, "Hey, bro, at least you tried." And the guy's here after he just dropped a bucket on him, And people also, what was I gonna say? People underestimate his point forward ability, or stretch ability. Sorry, he was a great stretch 4, stretch 5. One of the best defenders to ever do it. I personally think that he's the greatest defender to ever do it, as you guys know from past videos and all that. So yeah.
Oh yeah, he definitely has that. Yes.
Yeah. So true.
Also, his help, something he doesn't get enough credit for. If you look at there's people talk about, Tim Duncan had so much help. Compare Tim Duncan's help to other people in the top 10, and he kind of did it without less. What's his best player realistically, right? Like a prime
Tony Parker.
Tony Parker.
I'm Tony Parker.
Or
like, he played with
Kawhi.
David- But again, he didn't play with a prime Kawhi though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So-
He played with prime Kawhi. My goodness.
Or he didn't play with a prime David Robinson either. So he has 5 championships with his best player being Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. Again,
Who's the
they're
sixth
amazing.
man?
Not trying to disrespect them, but I'm just saying compare that help to Kareem, Shaq, Kobe, Dwayne Wade, Scottie Pippen. Right? So when people are like, oh, he played on this great organization, he did. But those teams weren't super talented as people
No, man.
like to say they are. They were really Tim Duncan in the system that made them the great team that they were.
Bro had no help. So
No, I'm not saying he didn't have help.
Well,
His
okay,
biggest,
okay.
his
Not
biggest
no
help
help,
was
but
his
yeah.
head
But
coach.
relative
Yeah,
to
right.
other players, he didn't have the talent that
yeah.
other players had.
The way he was able to turn it up in the playoffs is different, and he's one of the best playoff
Yeah.
performers of all time.
Oh, for easily.
Mhm.
Moving on to number 3. I'm pretty sure we all have the same top 3, right? So it's like,
Yeah,
So-
I
so-
guess we'll
yeah.
just have a
Here's what we
joint
can do.
conversation about this.
yeah.
or-
So I was gonna say, Grant, you talk about number 3. Jordan, you talk about number 2. I'll talk about number 1.
all right.
Okay. Well, number 3 is probably the guy that I know the least about. So I'm gonna be grasping at straws here, but number 3, I'm pretty sure we all have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yep.
You know, the 20-year career, 19-time All-Star, 2-time scoring champ, 11-time All-Defense, 15-time All-NBA, 6-time champion, 2-time Finals MVP, and an NBA record 6 MVPs. And he arguably should have more than 6, from what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was one for sure that he got robbed of. That's crazy. Having
Mhm.
6 MVPs and being robbed is a bit insane.
But yeah, so he would, yeah. Just Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, when it comes to longevity, there's he has a longevity argument, unlike the last 2 people I've talked about. Just sustained greatness for, I don't want to say 19 years because when he was, but probably 16 years. He was probably
Yeah.
Yeah.
one of the best players in the league until he turned 40, and then it kind of dropped off. But that's expected when you're an old man Rivers. But yeah, just he also changed the game, revolutionized the game. They had to ban dunking for a little bit because he was he made a lot of people upset because he was too good with that in UCLA in college. And the main reason I have him ranked higher than Magic Johnson is because I don't think Magic Johnson would have his 5 championships if it wasn't for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And even then, and also he just did it for a lot longer time. And he also retired as the NBA's all-time leading scorer, which is a record that has been held until a couple weeks ago when LeBron James just broke it. But yeah, just Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he got into the league and he was just immediately one of, if not the best big man of all time. He immediately started beef with Wilt Chamberlain because Wilt didn't like the fact that somebody was better than him. So
Wilt, I think stole his girlfriend, and I can't remember, but Wilt was a wild individual off the court.
Hey, yo, speaking of Wilt Chamberlain, bro, y'all think that Otto Porter is related to Wilt Chamberlain?
I have a hard time believing that a guy who had that much women in the 60s didn't have a kid. I don't believe that, bro.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's slept with the amount of women that he's claimed to have slept with. Then there's
no way you don't have a kid.
Otto Porter is related to him. He's a tall NBA player that looks like him, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I had a thought and I just lost it. But yeah, but for a guy who played 20 years, for his career averages to be 25 and 11 on 56% from the field, that's insane and just shows how good he truly was for how long of a time. And that's probably why I got, and that's why I got him at number 3. He just can't, he just hasn't edged out the top 2 guys, and well, he never will, because unless he wants to make a comeback at the age of 77. But I wouldn't be surprised. He'd be the guy to do it.
You see his face when LeBron was scoring all those points, bro?
He's like, man. He's like, all right, man. Hey, he's still number 2. So, I mean, you can't. I think he's also top 5 in points, rebounds, and blocks as well. So,
which is nuts.
So, he's chilling. I'm sure he's fine. Number 2, I got LeBron. He's one of my favorite players ever. 19-time All-Star, 18-time All-NBA. My God. 4-time champ, 4-time MVP, 4-time Finals MVP, 6-time All-Defense. This man's consistency is just on some demon level, bro.
People don't highlight
Mhm.
LeBron's defense, eh?
LeBron defensively at his peak was awesome. Now he's not as good, but
Yeah.
Miami
Now he just
LeBron
doesn't
was
care as much.
Miami LeBron was something else, man. That
Scary.
man was different. Yeah, the fact that he's been averaging like plus 24 points ever since his second year is just crazy incredible. The consistency, like for example, even Kareem, who other than LeBron has the best longevity, he wasn't able to sustain this in his late 30s. LeBron's still playing
Yeah.
at like a top 10 level at age. What is he now?
He's
38.
38.
38. Yeah, it's crazy.
38.
Old man Rivers.
That's insane. And he's adapted his game, became an even better passer, became a better shooter later on in his career. Playoff performances are just demon time. The finals performances are insane.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All around game, like bro, this dude got peak longevity, two-way dominance, accolades. Like he got everything in his bag, man.
Look,
It's just like that.
I've been saying this for a while now. If LeBron James gets one more championship, he's the GOAT. And there's nothing I can do to stop that.
He might be
agree,
there. The gap between him and Jordan is closing as long as he's
Every
playing,
point
'cause
he
he's
scores,
just,
bro.
yeah, because he's just continued to be like he's averaging 30 right now, and he's 38
Yeah.
years old.
Come on. And people are, he's gonna retire today.
ridiculous.
He's gonna retire. No, he's not. He's gonna
They
play.
thought he was gonna retire back in like 2016.
Yeah, bro. His son's gonna retire before him. Anyways, number one, the GOAT, the greatest player to ever do it, not the best, the greatest, Michael Jordan, all right? 6-time champion, 2 3-peats, 6-time NBA Finals MVP, 5-time MVP, 14-time All-Star, 10-time NBA first team, NBA 1-time NBA second team, NBA Defensive Player of the Year, 9-time first team All Defense, Rookie of the Year, 10-time scoring champion, did it for 7 years straight from 86.
That was nuts. Oh my God.
From 86, sorry, no, to 87 to 93.
Yeah, I'm looking
And
at that. Yeah, it's crazy.
3-time steals leader. Number 23 retired by a team that didn't even sign him at any point, wasn't even interested in him. Miami Heat has retired number 23 as a jersey, which is hilarious. And they did it for him, not LeBron, which is even more funny. But hey, it doesn't get much greater than that. This guy would fly to Paris and people would be like crying at his feet, begging for autographs. You know, and The Last Dance showed us how great and incredible this true Bodman was. He was a rock star. He was a rock star. And no NBA players have ever been like that, ever. You can't
also
you can't
just
say LeBron
take in how much
like,
he accomplished
yeah,
in
right.
essentially 12 and a half years. Because the 2 Chicago, you have the 2 Wizards years, right? Then you have that half year when he came back. So he essentially did everything you just said in 12 and a half years.
And he won
That's impressive.
the later stages of his career when he was getting old.
Yeah, and again, thing with Michael Jordan, whenever he had a championship team around him, he dominated. He maximized all of his potential of winning.
Yeah.
Both ends, he was crazy, especially the playoffs where he got even better. Had a final series where he averaged like 42 points.
Who does that?
Yeah.
Who does that? Bro,
man.
who is literally like who's been in their prime in their 30s? LeBron's prime wasn't in his 30s. It ended in his 30s. But MJ started in his 30s. MJ was 30 to like 38, and he was dropping just 40 consistently. Like, what's wrong with this guy?
He's just, again,
he took it personal.
As I said, him and LeBron, you can make a case for. My only issue with, especially LeBron's stance, man.
Yeah.
Y'all need to make the right arguments, bro. Don't say stupid things to me. Like, for example, the dumbest argument I think I've ever heard. Hey, man, you know why LeBron's better than MJ? Because Michael Jordan's 1-9 without Scottie Pippen. Here's the issue with this argument. The man faced the Celtics with Bird, McHale, and Parrish twice. Then he faced a Bucks team in the 80s, which were known for pushing the Celtics in 6 or 7 games. And you think that's a good comparison, right? But the same people who say that, when it comes to LeBron losing the finals, then they have context for you. Oh, well, he played a better team. Oh, so then you care about better teams, man. I just hate people, bro. But yeah, I just hate when people make an argument from person, then they're just like, forget that argument. I can't use it anymore. But for me, MJ's one because he just accomplished more in less years. Even though I understand that if you think that that LeBron just doing it for a lot longer is more impressive.
Yeah.
So again, it's just up to what you really value.
Yeah, I can understand why people have him as the GOAT now, and you know, it's getting harder and harder to argue it every day. But if y'all really think that LeBron is greater than Michael Jordan, argue it in the comment section. Tell us about it, because we're and make sure you bring proper arguments, okay? No, some LeBron made 2 NBA babies. Like, no, bro. Like,
if Michael Jordan's the better scorer, how come LeBron has more points?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
If someone were to ever say that to me, I'd flip. I'd be like, yo, nah, see me outside, bro. Like, actually, I'm serious. See me outside.
And also, again, a big thing, if you have LeBron as number one, your list has to stay mad consistent. Like, for example, Nick Wright, he had LeBron number one, Kareem number two, and MJ number three. I disagree, but he's actually consistent with that because, you know, Kareem and LeBron, they played a lot longer.
Yeah.
Then guess what? He had Magic over Duncan. If you value longevity that much, be consistent with your list, man. Don't tell me you value longevity, but then you have Shaq over Kareem, like this dumb guy at the park right now, right? So just
drop his name. I want to know who this is. Who is this?
I can't remember his name, but man, he was just saying some dumb stuff. Yeah, he said he valued longevity, but he didn't have Kareem in his top 5.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yo, there's some there's some kooks at the park, fam. These guys are talking nonsense.
So listen, if you have LeBron as your number one, fine. Be consistent though. Like, don't. That's about it, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, but that does it for our top 5. Let us know if you have any arguments, just like I said, all right? Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out my shoe cleaning because it makes me money, and it's awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, turn on the post notifications because that way we can blow up even bigger than we already are, okay? Because, listen, look, we're taking over, okay? We only got, 115 subs, but don't worry. Tomorrow's going to be 1 million, all right? So we're good. We're taking over, and it's just like this close till we get noticed by Shaquille O'Neal and he reposts us with some weird caption. Okay, so you know, we might as well. Yeah. By the way, Richard Jefferson didn't respond to the Balls video. I was about to say he didn't respond to that, but hopefully he will soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day, evening, night, wherever you guys stay at. Peace.